Friday at PizzaFLIX. A dog is man's best friend, but not if the man is a crook and the dog is named Wolf, an elite member of the Los Angeles PD, as in police dog.
This is where I worked for the past 4 years. 4 years in which very little happened to change my life. But at least as a reporter for Worldwide, there was always the possibility that something could happen. And it finally did. I'd always thought that woman was man's best friend. I found out differently. Man's and woman's best friend is really the dog. You'll see what I mean. In his own way, a dog everyone called Wolf had become sort of a hero through the newspaper stories I had written about him. Running wild through the hills around the city, Wolf had eluded capture by the police and animal agencies for almost a year. By the time Dr. Dave Maxson got around to using the new harmless hypodermic gun, my stories had made Wolf a well-known character.
We got him. We finally got him.
How long will he be like that, Doc?
Oh, it won't be long, Captain. This is the new hypo gun. It's nothing more than a long-range needle, and the hypodermic is absolutely harmless. A lot more merciful than the trap.
You know, for over 6 months, that dog's been driving the department out of its mind. Hundreds of telephone calls, letters, complaints, even newspaper articles.
At least our stories kept you from shooting him, Captain Diedrich.
Well, thanks to Worldwide News and you, Miss Dayton. You know, you sure got the public all steamed up. Made the dog a hero. Believe me, we tried everything except a bullet. Lasso, traps, sleeping pills, and food.
Well, the dog never hurt anybody.
What if he did? What if he got rabies? He'd still be running loose if Doc Matson here didn't come up with this hypo gun. How's he coming, Doc?
He's coming along.
Good.
Grab all the shots you can out, quick.
Why? Is Worldwide interested in this mutt?
I am. Captain,
Yes?
may I ask you a question?
Well, certainly.
Well, now that you've got the dog, what do you plan to do with him?
Well, they'll take him to a shelter, I suppose, just like any other stray.
I see.
He's coming, too.
Good.
Wolf was taken to the dog pound. But if it was up to me, he wasn't going to stay there. I talked to the veterinarian at the pound, telling her my idea of having Wolf become part of the police department's new experiment, training dogs for police work. She said Wolf could be released for the project if I got permission from the police commissioner. The next step was to write a letter to the commissioner telling him that Wolf wasn't really wild, that he had originally run away from an owner who mistreated him. And any dog who could elude the police for almost a year should make a darn good policeman himself. My letter must have made an impression. It got me an interview with the commissioner.
Well, sure I get a story, but what about you? Mr. Crenshaw, in order to get public support, you have to dramatize the program. And what better way than by using a dog like Wolf, who's already a hero?
Yes, until he goes wild again and tears the seat out of a leading citizen's pants.
Oh, Commissioner, all we're asking you to do is try him. Let Dave Matson take him and work him and see if he can be trained. If Wolf doesn't work out, then where's the harm? But if he does, the publicity will give your whole program the boost it needs.
Well, all right, Miss Dayton, we'll give your dog a try. But I hope, for your sake and mine, that your dog is all you say he is.
He is.
Sugar, no cream, right, Bert?
Right. Well, how about that, Norm? They finally put the collar on him.
Oh, somebody big?
Oh, real big. Took a riot squad and Captain Dietrich himself.
No kidding. It's just a dog.
Not just a dog. The most elusive pooch in canine history. You know, if this guy wants to stay in business, he better throw out the donuts and lay in a stock of dog biscuits.
You mean because the mayor approved the police dog project?
You mark my words. Before we know it, the mutts will take over. You and I'll be out of jobs.
Relax, Bert. They're only training a few for special assignments like patrolling parks, docks, warehouses, things like that.
You can't fight progress. They said the otter would never replace the horse, remember? Besides, dogs work cheap. Throw them a few bones and they're happy.
You know, it's not a bad idea at that. You know, I worked with war dogs in the Marines. They did things the two-legged dog faces couldn't handle.
You were assigned to war dogs?
Mm-hmm.
You never mentioned it.
Subject never came up.
Officers Dana and Edwards, report to the desk.
Well, that's us. We're not obsolete yet, anyway.
Come in.
Sorry, Captain. Sergeant Riddle said you wanted to talk to me.
I do, Norm. Sit down.
Thanks.
Paperwork. This is one thing that makes me wish I were out from behind this desk. Now they want us to make out reports on how many reports we've made.
Well, at least it isn't hard on the feet.
I suppose you heard about the dog training program.
Oh, sure, sir. The whole department's talking about it.
A lot of important people from the mayor on down are very much interested in it. And we're assigning some of the best young men on the force. Your name's on the list, Norm.
I didn't volunteer, Captain.
You're one of the best qualified men we have with your K-9 Corps experience.
You know about that. Captain, do I have any choice in this?
What do you mean?
Well, sir, my partner, Bert Danner, broke me in. Anything I know about police work, he taught me.
I see.
You know how Bert saved my life in that stakeout on the east side.
So?
Well, sir, we work good together. Why break us up?
Let me ask you something, Norm. How do you think we found out about your experience with dogs? Who do you think recommended you for this assignment?
Bert. Boy, oh boy. A fine friend you turned out to be.
I told you the pooches were going to take over.
You had to tell Dietrich about me and the war dogs and recommend me for this.
You think I like losing the best partner I ever had? I did it for you.
For me?
Look at it this way, kid. Me, I've been around the force so long, I'm part of the furniture. So when important jobs come up, somebody else gets them. But you've got a future in the department. All you have to do is let them know you're around at the right time.
You think this is the right time?
Everybody's interested in this dog deal. It'll get a lot of publicity, and you along with it. So the next time a good job opens up, who are they going to think of first?
Oh, I don't know. You might be right. Dog cop.
You take my word for it. Well, good luck with your new partner. Oh, and Norm, don't forget your rabies shots.
Well, today's the day.
National holiday?
My friend begins his basic training,
You sure hit the jackpot with that mutt.
and it's only the beginning. Wait till the public starts reading the adventures of a four-footed rookie cop.
With your byline, of course.
His.
My Life on the Force by your special correspondent, Wolf. I like it.
Maybe I'll even get a book out of it later.
If he doesn't flunk out of school.
Oh, he won't. He was smart enough to outthink this whole city for nearly a year. He's sure to make a good canine cop. Wolf's first day of training was at Dr. Matson's school, some distance out of the city.
If you fellas are nervous, just think how much more nervous these guys are. Adams? This is King. He's your new partner and roommate.
Roommate?
You understand, man and dog teams not only work together, they eat and sleep together. You see, dogs don't work for a salary like we do. In order to be any good, they have to love the man they take orders from. Royce, you draw Laddie here. Davis, meet Barron. Collins, you get Mandarin.
Well, I guess that lets me out, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, you seem to be fresh out of dogs.
Oh, no. We've got one for you, Edward. Want to come along? We figured with your experience, you'd be the best qualified to handle this particular dog.
That again, my experience.
Wolf will be a little harder to train than the other four.
Wolf? You mean that's the dog that...
In the newspaper story? That's right. There you go. Come on.
Do me a favor, Bert. No more favors.
What'd you say?
Just talking to myself.
Well, here he is. He's a splendid animal. Could be the best of the lot.
Yeah, if he doesn't hear the call of the wild the first time we turn him loose.
Well, that's a chance we have to take. But the fences are pretty high, and we're hoping with your experience. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Come on.
Would you do me a favor, officer?
Me?
Just stay like that for a picture, please.
What for?
Well, you're assigned to Wolf, aren't you?
Yeah, but...
Worldwide News donated him to the city. That makes you a celebrity, too.
Look, cut it out. Just because I was stuck in this program doesn't mean I have to go along with cheap stunts.
Tell that to the commissioner. He authorized it. Relax, will you? The public isn't interested in you. It's your new partner here. All they'll see of you will be your legs.
Come on.
A police dog will work well with only one man, his trainer. He's got to learn to love and respect that man. Learning these two things will be the first step in our training. We don't use cruelty or whipping at any time. Love and kindness work a whole lot better. And let me tell you one thing. A few days of the wrong kind of treatment can ruin the best dog in the world. Make him absolutely worthless. But a properly trained dog can be just about one of the most important weapons in your law enforcement arsenal. He can bark on command, fetch, carry, search, track a criminal, defend you when you're attacked. In London, they say that one bobby with a dog can do the work of 6 men working the room. Knock it off!
Wolf didn't seem to resent Norm Edwards, or at least not enough to take a bite out of his hide. But he made no bones about his feelings concerning the commands and discipline. He was like a bulky GI on his first day in basic training. I got the feeling he was certain to wind up doing KP.
All right, I think we're ready for the next step. Up till now, you've been walking with your left side next to the fence so that the dog has to keep in his proper place just behind your left leg. Now we'll try it the other way, with your right side against the fence. Give the same command, heel, just as you did before. Yes, Royce?
Suppose he doesn't keep his place.
Well, then you surprise him a little. You do a quick left about, and if you happen to step on his toes a little, just enough so he feels it and knows he's in the wrong place, he'll soon learn to stay where he belongs. Okay? Let's try it.
Well, how's the All-American dog shaping up by now?
Oh, he isn't.
You mean that mutt really wasn't genius IQ?
Oh, he's smart, all right. Too smart to have anything to do with this police dog bit. He has a mind of his own, and nobody can change it for him.
Well, it's possible they've assigned him to the wrong kind of guy.
Mm-mm. They say Norm Edwards is the best qualified of all. He worked with dogs in the Marines. He's kind and patient, gentle.
Mm-hmm. Well, perhaps he's training the wrong kind of animals. Sounds as though he should be working with girls.
Oh, who writes your material?
Seriously, though, what does happen from here?
I don't know, Keith. I've had to do some of my best talking to keep the instructor and Edwards from giving up on Wolf already.
I think we've progressed far enough in our obedience training to go on to the next step. That is teaching the dog to pick up and follow a scent. The idea is you turn the dogs loose in the yard. Then the trainer hides, and the dog has to pick up his scent in order to find it. Now, once he does, you make a big fuss over him. Tell him what a smart dog he is, and chances are the next time he'll do it that much quicker.
Dave,
Yes, Norm?
you want me to turn him loose?
I see what you mean. But dogs are funny. Some pick everything up step by step. Others come on with a rush, all at once.
You know what's going to happen, don't you? The minute I unsnap that leash, he's going to be long gone. Back to the boondocks.
Oh, no, he won't. I've got a 7-foot fence here. No dog's gotten over it yet. And after that, there's a deep barranca, 50 feet, straight down. And it's too wide to jump. Mm-mm. The worst thing that can happen is we might have to chase after him. All right, turn him loose.
Well, here's your chance, fella. Let's see what you do with it.
There he goes. He's over the fence. Split up in 2 groups and close in on him at the edge of the barranca.
Norm, what's happened?
It's Wolf. He made it over the fence. He's loose.
He's going to jump!
No, Wolf, no!
Royce, there's a heavy tow rope in my car. Should be long enough.
I'll get it. You think you can reach him?
Well, I can try.
Is it worth the risk?
Well, I should think you'd be the last one to ask me that. After all, isn't he your big story? You got her? Yeah. Take it easy, boy. We'll have you out in no time. Sure sliced yourself up, didn't you? Well, anyway, these rocks saved your life. You know that, don't you, you crazy pooch? All up. I got him. Slow.
Take it easy. Well, there are no broken bones that I can find. Can't tell about internal injuries until we get the x-rays back from the lab. However, there's no bleeding from the mouth or the nose, and that's a very favorable sign.
Oh, how about his legs?
Oh, that's the least of our worries. Of course, they'll be sore for a couple of days.
He knows what you did for him.
Oh? How can you tell?
By the way he looks at you. See?
Looks just the same to me. Only with a fight out of it.
I've got an idea. Why don't you bandage his leg?
You're the vet.
But you're supposed to work with him. Go ahead, dust on the sulfur. Can't do any harm, and it might do some good.
I'm with you, Doc.
Hold it, Wolf. Take it easy, Wolf. Head up, boy.
What do you think of our wild dog now?
Oh, he just likes my shaving lotion.
I told myself I was just going to Norm Edwards' apartment to see Wolf. But actually, I think I was beginning to like Norm's shaving lotion also.
Oh, Miss Dayton.
The name's Terry. May I come in?
Well, sure. What's the occasion?
Oh, I just wanted to see how Wolf lives in his off-duty hours.
Oh.
Is your wife home?
Wife? What wife?
I'm sorry, I just took it for granted. Where's our friend?
He's over in his bed taking a rest. Would you join us in a cup of coffee? Bachelor coffee?
Who made it, you or Wolf?
You know, since the accident, he's been a different dog.
In what way?
I'll show you. Wolf? Come, boy. Come, boy.
Well, how about that?
I'll tell you something else. When that bandage comes off and he starts to work again, he's really going to show those other mutts something. This is quite a dog.
Just what have I been telling you all along?
We're ready now for one of the most important lessons, teaching a dog to attack and disarm a criminal with a gun. Now, this isn't easy, and the dog can't grasp it all at once. We have to take it in steps. First, we take this arm guard and make a game of it, teaching the dog to go for it whenever we give the command, fight. Norm? Fight! Once he's got that, we'll do the same thing, only this time with a man wearing the guard. Fight! Out! Out!
How's he doing?
Hi, Terry. Get that camera ready. This may be graduation day.
Oh, good.
You ready, boy?
Fight! Out! Out! Out!
Norm, that was terrific.
Good boy, Wolf. Good boy. Here, I got something for you. Here, boy. What do you think, Dave?
Couldn't be better. He's miles ahead of the rest of the dogs. Never saw a smarter animal.
Maybe I should get a shot of him in his cap and gown receiving his diploma then.
You think he's ready yet?
Oh, he's ready. And he's all yours.
Oh, boy.
Search premises, defend master, attack on command, hold a prisoner, trail by scent either a man or stolen property. He's learned all that in so short a time?
And more.
He's a remarkable animal, Captain.
Well, there's no need for postponing a trial. You ready for duty tonight?
Sure.
Good. I'll assign you a car and a driver. And you can do general patrol downtown. Anything comes in that you and Wolf can handle, we'll give it to radio.
Well, this is it.
You'll make it.
Oh, there's just one more thing, Norm. Now, ever since we started training these dogs, the city attorney's been having nightmares.
Why?
Damage suits. Suppose one of our dogs chews up an innocent party. Now, you're perfectly sure this dog is safe.
I'm sure.
You see, Captain, he works on a leash, and he won't attack except on command, or unless I'm attacked.
Well, that was true in training, but what about on the streets and on duty? You sure you can call him off?
Takes one word, and he lies right down. And he won't make a move unless the man tries to get away.
I hope you're right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
I passed, Wolf, by your special correspondent, Wolf. Today I am a police dog. Yesterday I went through my final tests with my master, Detective Norm Edwards, and my trainer, Dr. Dave Matson. According to what Dr. Dave told Norm and a newspaper lady, Terry Dayton, I made a perfect score.
Get the picture of a doll who has it made.
I have, haven't I? No thanks to me, though. I owe it all to my friend.
Modesty becomes you. By the way, if you're not doing anything, I'll pop for a steak.
Oh, I'm sorry, Keith. I have to be at Captain Dietrich's office. Wolf goes to work tonight, you know.
What a blow to my masculine pride. Two-time by a dog.
This was Wolf's first night as a working police dog. He seemed tense and alert, ready for trouble, as though he could smell it in the air.
Norm, look, that drunk ahead.
They're gonna roll him. Come, Wolf, come.
Don't move and he won't hurt you. Out. Fight, Wolf, fight! Get up. All right, get up nice and easy so you don't disturb him. Well, boy, 2 hoodlums and 2 collars. Not bad for your first night's work, huh? Now, let's see how bad you beat him up. Move!
So it seems to me that these canine cops could be the answer to a lot of our problems. They could make one officer with a dog as effective in law enforcement as 6 ordinary patrolmen. That means we could give the city better law enforcement at lower cost.
One question, Commissioner. When will the other 4 dogs join the force?
Dr. Matson?
Oh, in a few days. They're making great progress. But this one, he's remarkable. Smartest, quickest dog I ever trained.
How do you account for that, Doctor?
The dog idolizes his master. He'd do just about anything he asked. For Officer Edwards here.
Like, jumping through that window?
What?
Well, we're 6 floors up. Now, what would happen if the officer here told the dog to jump?
Well, I don't know.
Well, why don't we try it? Make a good story.
Please don't.
Well, what do you think?
Might mix the dog up. We teach them to obey instantly.
Go ahead, try it.
Come on.
I want you to jump through that window right there. Stay. Stay. Wolf, through this window. Through the window. Wolf, jump. Jump.
Holy mackerel. He would have done it. He'd have killed himself just like that.
Would have made a good story, though, wouldn't it? Are you proud of yourself?
Anybody got any more brilliant ideas?
Zowie! Oh, we did it! We did it! We did it! Oh, I'm so happy I could just positively explode.
Wait a minute. Simmer down before you blow up and burst. Now, who did what?
You know what this is? It's a contract. And this, an advance. It's not a very big one, but who cares?
Wait a minute. A contract for what?
For a book about Wolf. I'm just so happy I could kiss him.
He's only a dog. He wouldn't appreciate it. But, what's the matter with you, boy?
Research or homework?
Hi, Bert.
Hi, Norm. What are you trying to do? Teach the mud about human nature?
Yeah. Bert, this is Miss Dayton. This is my old partner, Bert Dana.
Ah, you the Terry Dayton who's been making a celebrity out of my boy here?
Guilty.
I told him he'd get a lot farther with a four-legged partner.
He's the one who threw me to the dogs. Actually, Wolf's the only one around here who deserves credit, though.
So that's him, huh? He sure put old Blowhard on the spot, didn't he?
The commissioner?
Yes. Can you imagine what would have happened if the dog had jumped? He would have been washed up, finished, kaput.
Yeah, and he would have deserved it.
Wouldn't he, though?
Say, will you stay and have a drink with us? This is kind of a celebration.
Oh, I'll take a rain check. I gotta go out in a few minutes. I just can't get over it. My old partner on the front pages. You son of a gun.
No! He's a friend, Wolf. Wolf, look, he's a friend.
Phew.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bert, but he's taught to do that if anybody attacks me. He didn't know.
You know something? I'd hate to be the crook who raises a finger against you. He could be torn to pieces.
This was the building where a man named Todd Wellman had his office. Wellman's front was the Acme Specialties Company. And despite the fact that he was constantly involved in crooked deals, somehow he had always managed to stay clear of the law. It was the last place anyone would ever expect to see Norm's former partner, Bert Dana.
Morning, Miss Wellman.
Sit down, Bert. Well?
No sweat. Norm got his new orders a little while ago. He thinks I did it for his own good. Kind of a mean trick.
Had to. The deal's too big to take any chances.
Then it's ready?
Papers on the dummy corporation. Options on the locations we need. As soon as we get our state charters through, we sew up our properties. We've got it made.
And it'll really pay off? Big, I mean.
You'll be the richest cop in town.
It was more than a week later that Wolf was to get his first crack at a major crime operation.
Did you see that, Fry? That truck cut his lights when he left the street.
You think because he saw us?
I'll find out.
You want me with you?
No, wait here. Come on, Wolf.
On the surface, the suspicious truck might not be involved in anything more than a routine warehouse robbery. Norm couldn't know it then, of course, but he and Wolf were heading into an arson racket run by Todd Wellman. Wellman's racket was a new way to make insurance companies pay off on fire insurance policies.
Search, boy. Search. Try to get up. Now, what's the deal here?
All right, raise your hands. Come on.
Out, Wolf. You'd better, too. He doesn't like quick moves. Now, I think you'd better explain what you're doing in here.
Suppose I ask you the same thing.
I'm a police officer.
Oh.
Norm. Bert. You can let him up, Norm. They have a right to be here.
Come, Wolf.
Mr. Wellman owns the place. This is my ex-partner, Norm Edwards. Mr. Todd Wellman. What were you doing here, Norm?
Well, I saw a truck douse its lights and drive into this dark warehouse. I thought it was worth investigating.
It's on my beat.
I know, but
You have a search warrant?
there's nothing wrong here. I shouldn't need one.
Edwards, you forcibly entered private property and committed assault without having...
He wasn't doing any harm, Mr. Wellman. He was just trying to do his job, protect your building.
That may be, but I'd be completely justified in taking legal action. I'd certainly have cause.
Suppose he doesn't mention it downtown.
Bert, you know I have to. It has to go in the log.
Why don't you wait outside a minute, Norm, while I talk to Mr. Wellman?
All right. I'm sorry I caused you trouble, Mr. Wellman. Come, Wolf.
He walks into headquarters and spills about this, we're through. Finished. Everything we've set up. That we can't afford. George.
No, wait. I can handle him, Mr. Wellman. I can keep him quiet, I promise you.
You sure?
Just give me a chance to talk to him.
It had better work, Bert.
Norm, wait. I gotta ask you a favor, Norm. Don't turn in your report on this business until we've had a chance to talk.
What?
When I get off, I'll come over to your place and we'll hash it over, okay? You can do that.
Fry knows I was in there. He's in the car. He'll wonder...
Well, just tell him it was a false alarm. For now.
All right, Bert. I don't get this, but I'll see you at my place.
I'll be there. And thanks, Norm. I put in a lot of years on the force. Never got anywhere. Lately, I began to realize I never was going anywhere. All those years, and what have I got to show for it? Nothing.
Are you trying to tell me you're on the take?
There are other ways of saying it.
Who you taking from, Bert? Wellman?
I do a favor for him now and then. Nothing that hurts anybody.
I can't believe it. That's why you wanted me on the dog detail, so I wouldn't be around to get in your hair.
You've got to admit it was the place for you.
Now you're asking me not to make an official report.
I've got to ask you, Norm. If word got downtown that I was there with Todd, I'd be ruined for good, kicked off the force.
And it wasn't all strictly legal, that business in the warehouse.
Oh, Wellman owns the place, all right. But he can't have it known right now. There are reasons. And even if you knew them, there isn't a thing you could do. Wellman's a sharp operator.
I can't do it, Bert. You made your choice. I gotta make mine. I'm turning in my report. I've got to.
Norm, I hate to bring this up, but you owe me something.
Yeah, I know. My life.
You've got to do this for me, Norm. It's the last thing I'll ever ask.
All right, Bert. You put it that way, I can't turn you down.
You give me your word?
You've got my word. I won't be long, Fry. I just have to sign a couple of witness statements. Say, would you mind letting him stretch his legs for a few minutes?
Oh, sure, Norm. Go ahead.
See you in the parking lot.
Right.
Stay, Wolf.
Mr. Wellman. Don't stand there. Get a doctor right away. You'll stay with him?
Yeah, boy.
This is bad. This is real bad.
You know why he did it. He remembered you from last night.
I understand you talked to Bert.
That's right.
And then, you can't tell the captain why the dog jumped me.
Look, he did what he's taught to do.
As far as you're concerned, the dog's gone bad. He can't be handled.
They'll never believe that.
You're in this, too. You failed to make an official report. You tell them the truth now, they'll want to know why, and you'll be in just as deep as we are.
Wellman, there's no way.
Look, find a way.
Why? Had Wolf ever seen Todd Wellman before?
No, sir. Not that I know of.
So, for no reason, he suddenly goes berserk and half kills a perfect stranger. Now, can you imagine the size of the damage suit he could throw at the city? Why, this could destroy the whole dog program before it's half started.
Captain, maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe it was mine.
Yours?
Maybe I didn't handle him right. Say, put him with somebody else, and I bet he'd be fine again.
It won't work, Norm. I know how much you thought of Wolf, and why you'd want to blame yourself to try and save him.
Captain, look.
Norm, dogs go bad just like people. And with this one's background, running wild.
He was the best one of them all, the smartest.
There are certain things about animals that just can't be explained.
Well, what happens now?
You report back to Dr. Matson tomorrow. He'll have another dog for you.
And Wolf?
They'll take him back to the pound, check for rabies.
Then?
He'll be destroyed. Well, it's got to be, Norm. The dog's a menace.
Wolf was back in the pound. He had been judged guilty, and he would have to die. Meanwhile, Norm was being introduced to a new partner.
Doberman?
Sure. They're on the par with Sheppards for police work. We use Airedales, Bull Mastiffs, Retrievers, Carry Blues. This one here, he's a champ. The kids in his family called him Plain Fritz. What did happen with Wolf, Norm?
I don't know.
Too bad. That was one fine animal.
Norm, I've been to the commissioner, the mayor, your boss. I've pulled every string. I've called everybody who ever owed me a favor.
There's nothing anybody can do, Terry.
Big, lovable goof. And I did it to him.
You?
Wolf was free and happy. He didn't need us. But I wanted a story. So I made him a police dog.
It's nobody's fault.
He just couldn't do what they said he did. Attack a perfect stranger. Oh, he'd avoid them, yes, or run away, but not what he did. You and I know him better than anyone else. We know he had to have a reason for what he did. Norm, that's right, isn't it?
I'm not sure, Terry.
You're just gonna let him die, aren't you? You know, it's funny. All that time rushing all over town, I was so sure that you were fighting even harder than I was.
It's only one dog.
Only one dog? Norm, the way he loved you. What kind of a character are you?
I'm sorry, Terry. Fritz and I have to go on with our training.
It's okay, Norm. Have fun.
Sure they won't leave a trace?
Look, I know my business. You're paying for the best, and you're getting it.
And you're guaranteed there'll be no evidence for the arson squad.
Didn't I come recommended? Do you got any idea how many of these jobs I done?
Yeah? Well, this is your first one for me, so make it a good one.
Hello, Todd.
Heard you've got no business here.
I think maybe I have.
What's his gun routine?
It's a little corny, maybe, but you never know.
You've got something on your mind. Come on, let's have it.
All right, Todd. I played along with you. It was a mistake, I know that now. But it was my own choice. My eyes were open.
So?
After this dog deal, Norm Edwards is stuck with you, too. More than he knows. And the dog will be killed.
Eventually, I suppose, you'll get to the point of all this.
Right now, I want $10,000. From what you make on this job, you can afford it.
You've been paid pretty well already.
Yes. But I'm quitting the force now, leaving town for good. I just can't go through the motions any longer. So I'll need a stake.
Uh-huh. And if I should say no?
Then I'm taking you in. The firebug here and the incendiary layout, that's all I'll need to nail you.
My friend, you'll also be nailing yourself.
That may be. But one way or another, I'll be able to sleep nights.
Uh-huh. I see, and all you want is $10,000. What'll we do, call it off? Why should we? Well, the cops. Leave him here. When they find him, it'll look like he was investigating a fire of unknown origin. They're overcome by smoke. Oh, he'll be a hero.
Well, look, I ain't getting paid for no murder.
Come on, start your fireworks display and let's get out of here. Move it!
Bert's death in Wellman's warehouse didn't seem accidental to Norm. It appeared more like murder.
And the last thing I wanted to do was to hold up my report. It just didn't seem so important at the time.
If those reports weren't important, we wouldn't want them.
Yes, sir, I know, but with all I owed Bert, I just couldn't turn him down. Ruin his career, wreck his life. But if I had, he'd still be alive. I'm sure of that.
So that's why the dog went for Wellman afterwards?
Wolf was just doing his job, what he was supposed to do.
Well, we'll turn every man we can spare from arson and bunco loose on Wellman. Maybe we can pin a connection between the building and that fire, but I doubt it. He's pretty sharp.
Is it all right if I work on it, too?
Well, you're on suspension as of now. You'll have to go before the board, and I can tell you right now, you'll be lucky to keep your job. Call the city pound, see if we can save the dog before he's destroyed. Broke out? When? I see. No, it's all right. The dog's not dangerous. Oh, we just made a mistake down here. Right. Thanks.
Wolf got away? How?
He chewed his way out of the cage. The attendant can't believe it yet.
Any idea where he went?
In the hills, I guess.
Captain, I can get him.
It took a year and a squad of men the first time. And they knew where to look.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yes, this is Miss Dayton. Who?
He did. When did it happen? Wolf just broke out of the pound.
He what?
Yes. Thanks so very much for calling. I do appreciate it.
Determined to find Norm Edwards, Wolf went to Dr. Matson's training school where he first met Norm. Wolf, like the good cop he was, would sniff out every clue until he found the man he knew was his real friend.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on. We've been looking for you, boy. Come on, Wolf.
Miss Dayton, we couldn't possibly find that dog at night in those hills.
Dr. Matson is certain the dog headed back for the city.
And you think he's trying to find Norm Edwards?
Yes. But why he'd want to after what Norm did to him, I can't imagine.
You probably think Norm is 7 kinds of a rat.
At least 7.
Well, I'll put through an APB to look for the dog. And then I think you better hear the truth about Norm. And maybe it'll cut down that 7 a little. Communications.
Remembering the police report he had filled out months ago, the one Bert had asked him not to turn in, Norm got an idea.
E402671. Motor Vehicle Department? This is Officer Norm Edwards, Captain Dietrich's division. Say, do you have a registration for a commercial vehicle, license number E402671?
Through the truck registration, Norm was able to find out that the Acme Specialties Company had taken over a new warehouse. Obviously, Wellman owned several warehouses and was in the process of switching the crates stored there from one to another. It didn't make sense, and Norm decided this was a good time to find out why. The answer might be at the place where Wellman's truck was going.
Long distance? Can you get me Todd Wellman at the Crescent Athletic Club in Alhambra?
1 hour and 10 minutes later, Wellman's truck arrived at its destination, a warehouse supposedly belonging to a wholesale drug company.
Come down now, Edwards. You know you're in there, so get out. Come on. Out. Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you, Edwards?
Your luck's still holding out, huh, Todd?
Luck? We knew you were after us.
Then you knew all along I'd be here tonight.
We try to arrange it that way.
Another fire of unknown origin? Like the one that killed Bert?
We hadn't planned this one so soon after the other, but with you becoming so inquisitive, well...
Nice little racket, Bellman. Collecting fire insurance on a warehouse full of merchandise that's really been transferred to another location before the fire.
You figured it out. My congratulations. It's more than the insurance companies have done.
How long do you think you can keep this up?
Long enough without you around to tip the insurance companies. George.
Still trying to find Norm, Wolf ran into a cold trail at the apartment house where Norm lived. They say a dog can pick up a scent from 12 miles away, and it must have been Wolf's nose that took him to the police car Norm had used with Officer Fry. I don't know how, but Wolf seemed to know the cruise car would lead him to his master.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, pal, what's the...
How'd it go? You're cleared. The board's dropped all charges.
With a character witness like this, what else could they do?
Are you two gentlemen going my way?
For as long as you'll have us.
That's the best proposition I've had all day.
Come, Wolf.
I'd always wondered how I'd meet the man I'd fall in love with. But my mother never told me that a dog would introduce us.